the problem is, you know, first of all, as experts, we have to do a better job of explaining things. But we also, I think the general public also has to, recognize what expertise entails, right? They have to be able to recognize that that it's not, that doing your own research, if that just means reading some blog
Right.
post or something on the, one of the dark corners of the internet,
Not even.
that's
It's a Instagram reel.
yeah, so that's not the same. That's not the same as having worked in a field for 30 years, right? It just isn't. But
Right.
what we've seen, socially, is this erosion of the idea of expertise, that anyone's opinion is as good as anybody else's,
Yeah.
and this active spread of misinformation. So it's a dangerous time in the sort of information ecosphere, because there's a lot of just wrong stuff out there, and it can be really challenging for people to tell the difference and to know whom to trust.
Right.
I don't know what the answer to that is, but I do think that as scientists, we can't just react to misinformation. We can't just wait for someone to take something wrong and then try to explain it away. We have to be more proactive in getting these sort of messages out there.
I love that. I mean, to speak to the whole conspiracy about like chemicals and chemtrails, etc. There's a podcast called The Checkup by someone named Dr. Mike. He's a family physician in
Yes,
the U.S. Are you aware of him?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Okay, and he's great. I mean, he tries to be as down the line, scientifically practical as possible, but he's really engages with people on the fringes so we can have these conversations. Not too long ago, he had a debate or a conversation with someone named Ali Cohen, and then someone else on the more scientific side named Dr. Andrea Levin. She's an immunologist and highly competent when it comes to chemicals. And it was like a 2.5 hour conversation. And the part that I found most frustrating is even the person who's more on the chemicals cause harm and they disrupt our genes and all these things. She was also a physician. She was a rheumatologist, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so these two women were arguing quite fiercely when it came to the end. And the thing that made me the saddest is that neither one of them was, I mean, like they both wanted the best for their patients and for
Yeah.
people, and they wanted the truth to come out there. And even the woman on the side that I thought was more fringe, I just wish they could have come together to be like, okay, let's find ways that we can agree here, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's a way to move forward. But it's when these debates come up, it seems everyone just retreats into their corner, and I kind of fear for scientific
Yeah.
literacy, and I'm sure you see that on the front lines every day.
I do, and part of it is the framing of that as a debate. I don't know what the particular issue was, but say, this is
Yeah, it
why
was
I
more a
don't
conversation back and forth, so
right.
it wasn't it
Yeah,
wasn't it wasn't too contentious. But
right.
after an hour and a half, the veils kind of fell, and it turned into that.
Yes, yeah, but I mean, this is why I don't do debates with people who think vaccines cause autism, for example, right? With
Sure.
anti-vaxxer skeptics, right? Because there's no parity there in terms of this is going to sound terrible, but in terms of expertise and in terms of the consensus opinion, it's not like there's a 50-50 and the outcome of the debate is going to sway it, right? It's like there's a
Right.
scientific consensus that is extraordinarily strong in this particular case, and there's a really fringe sort of conspiracy theory view, and those two shouldn't be equated as if even just having that debate puts them on the same par, right?
Yep.
And so
And you
rather,
and
what
you
I'd like
and
to
you
do is
can't fact
say,
check.
yeah, no, and
Yeah.
these people tend to be very good debaters, actually, but debating is not how we get to truth in science. That's not how we get to our best understanding of the way that the world is. It's a long process. It's complicated, and yeah. So anyway, the information sort of ecosystem these days is challenging, but I think the thing to do for scientists is not withdraw because of that. It's to engage more.
Right. I really love that. I hope other scientists and researchers take that view because I think your voices are super necessary.